Alright, what's up, fellas? My friend speaks highly of this game pretty often, and I know it's not normal. I don't know pretty much anything about it. I don't know what I'm getting into. There's no spaces in my name. No. We'll go with Cletus. I'm gonna get the feeling there's gonna be a lot of this, and I don't know if I can do voices for all of them, and I don't really have a girl voice. Let me try something. Never mind. Oh. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Shiori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. No, make that sound. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I did. Maybe, but only. Oh, that's me. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Yeah, you say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. I don't know what plan this guy's. That's mean, Cletus. Well, if he will stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Yeah, that'd be tragic. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. Guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Cletus, you decided to join a club? On a club to join yet? A club? I told you I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Sure, it's possible that I did, and one of our many conversations where I just smoothly go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, but I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Alright guys, let's look at what NEET means. Oh, an acronym that stands in not in education, employment, or training. Well, sounds like me. Trust me, right? Make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Oh. Yay! I'm cutting that out. Why do I learn so good lecture about such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself truly win her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh, we're in school now. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, then you can come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. What's the name of the game? Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. I wouldn't know. 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Cupcakes? They make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sayori really thought that much of an airhead. Can't really tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Alright, going to the literature club. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Ooh, this game is outdated. Maybe I'm outdated. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, and being generally used for third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Hey, it's this song. Everyone, the new member is here. Told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Would it kill the atmosphere? Ah, Cletus, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of... What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Oh. Give myself a girl voice. Natsuki. Humph. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Cletus. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk. We're in the same class this year. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Sit down, Cletus. Made room for you at the table. Sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, got a little too excited. How about I make some tea as well? I'm not a big fan of tea. You can, I don't know, not do that. We also have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. This game is just nothing but reading, isn't it? Natsuki and Yuri walk all over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. What is she gonna pull out of the closet? Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? I guess. Ta-da! Whoa. Natsuki lifts the foil out the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes! Decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just Sayori, take one. Sayori grabs one first, and Monica I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. Turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Yeah, typically what I do is just put the cupcake back down and not eat it because I hate cupcakes. I'm just, I don't know, a terrible person. I can't help but notice her stinking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this song before. Maybe lore? I made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each other of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I hate tea. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. I'm impressed. That's not... Tilted Yuri looks away. Alright, if we are romancing, it's just like a romance. This is the whole point of the game. It's definitely between these two. I don't care, but childhood friend, the other one. It's really, these two are evenly matched so far. We'll just have to see where the story goes. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So I made you consider literature club. I was kind of forced here, and the cupcakes. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. And when people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature, you have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes cool events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yep. We'll do our best. You know it. Alright. A good friend of mine always tries to judge women by their appearance, and I'm here to tell you that that is not, well, you should never do that. That is not something you should ever do. He's also recently gone to alcohol, so you really think you know a guy. Regardless of any of that, S tier, S minus tier, A, D. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Cletus, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the arm of her teacup with her finger. I already know what she reads. That stupid... It's like a chord. It always starts with a chord of something and something. Chord of thorns and roses, and like a field of burnt grass, a path of chopped trees. That entire genre of books, I see them everywhere. Novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing, to me. The one book I did read was A Court of Thorns and Roses. And, I don't know, it was alright. I didn't read any of the other ones, because I just, not for me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Here goes on. Clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. She should play a Mori. We gotta play a Mori together. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to complete the story for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ooh. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, you might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Guess you could say that. If a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. No, never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? The piece of scrap paper behind us last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Give that back. Fine, fine. Cupcakes are poems. Everything you do is... Siri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Not doing that, Natsuki. You write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and have Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess if it's the same for Yuri... I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Was that one really popular video? It was like, I can't take it anymore. Death, death, death.
I want it to end. I want it to end. Please. I want the eyes gone. Stop watching me. Stop controlling me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me.
That one always gets me. I'm assuming that's a poem we might be reading in this class soon. I have an idea, everyone. Question mark? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. So I'll go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we shall all share it with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and starting from the bond of the club. The way I see the gameplay being tailored, I'm assuming everyone wants to pick her, and if they don't want to pick her, they'll go after her, and these two are the least chosen. If that's how the game even works, I don't know if it's tailored to go to one specific character. I'm assuming she gets last place every time, which I can understand, because, I don't know, I mean, compared to the other three, she just doesn't fit in very well. Isn't that right, Cletus? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Yeah, what's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club! Sorry, I may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. So I have other clubs to look at, and, I'll lose my train of thought. Well, I joined this club, that's for sure. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... Cletus... You're all too female. Defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear decision when it's like this? There's no dudes in here. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lighten up. I'm so happy. Suri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, really did scare me for a moment. If you just gave me the cupcakes, I'd be super, mad. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club, buddy. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Cletus, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. I'm really impressed that class turned Monika with my mediocre writing skills. Well, lucky for him, I am pretty good at English, and I am ready. I really hope I can write my own poem, and it doesn't have specific words. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Oh, I catch my breath. Goodness. Hey, Cletus, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? I get a pig? That's right, Suri and I never walk home together anymore. Because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Okay. Yay. We're home. That, the two of us depart the clubroom and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. What the? It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen to whoever likes your poem the most. Ah. Well, there's only 3 of them. Where's the childhood friend? No, where's the club leader? Is she even here? This is childhood friend. This is... I forgot her name. I forgot her name too. Well, if she's in here, I guess I'll try and impress emo girl here. She likes horror, so we're gonna go with uncanny. Yeah. Death. What? Disarray. All right. That's suicide. I'm getting the feeling she's like suicidal because of that one answer I picked. I'm gonna test that theory right here. What? Okay. Never mind. Disoriented, anxiety. You know what? Screw it. We're not trying to impress any. No, we are. Who am I kidding? Yes, we are. Universe, anime, fun, shopping, disoriented. Ooh, I'm doing such a good job. Got to despise, fear, horror, fear, and it goes to her. Is she like is she a demon or something? Horror. This is easy. Defeat, determination, fantasy, romance, vertigo. Cry, no. Who would cry go to? Her. I'm sorry, girl in the middle. You're gonna hate this poem. Unstable. Yes. Wrath. Broken. Oh crap, wrong button, I clicked too fast. Rain cloud? No. Graveyard. Yes. Heartbeat. Vivacious? I gotta look that word up. Explode? Oh, there. Charm, raindrops, raindrops. Yes. Hopeless. Okay, concerned for left girl. Infinite, loud, breathe. Breathe. Crimson. Easy. Melancholy. Oh, she's gonna love this poem. I'm ready. Hi again, Cletus. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Cletus. Of course. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sarah told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you're planning to just come in here and hang out or what. If you don't take it seriously, you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Cletus always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sarah, it's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Ooh, okay. How come you and Cletus become good friends too? Can become. I'm sure we can. Sorry. As usual, sorry seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought us something today, you know? Brought something today? Oh. Did not do that in the right voice at all. Oh, Yuri even brought me... Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I'll make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Sure, why not, yeah. This is I was this girl saying that. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading that much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. For sure. I enthusiastically take the book. You? Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. She just handed me Blood Meridian. I'm about to read about Indians being scalped and American being took over. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Siri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. What is she doing in the closet? What the heck? I'm really curious to talk about Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. Oh boy. 30 minutes of straight yapping. What am I playing? I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap! I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. Is this because I picked the poem, or is like each day tailored to one character? I mean, who cares? I don't. That only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri's telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Here, close the book and scan her eyes over the back. The book is called Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Alright guys, buckle up. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. While her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? I think that would hit that foreshadowing. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that thing, Cletus? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy this kind of story, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy, and that they believe in, then suddenly when you thought they related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Okay, better than I thought you were going to say. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's a really little thing you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Very true. That's true. In fact, might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slid into the seat next to you. Ooh. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. A date where you just read a book. I don't know, man. I don't see that being very interactive. As in, I'd take a while to read, so we'd probably be sitting there for about an hour, doing nothing. I guess we'd be reading. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or something, or anything. Alright, open the book and start the prologue. I'm about to read a book I soon understand what about Yuri means reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. Oh. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? Slide on my desk, throws up against Yuri's and my book, more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we reach in... once we really reach in... Oh my gosh, I can't even focus. Like, This is so stupid. What am I playing? Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm. Finally, a new view! We were like staring at the classroom for like 40 minutes. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with the right arm on the side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, I'm not reading this right at all. We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face. Oh, did her eyes move or she was looking at me? I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind. Being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me to turn the page. I instead just assume that she finishes the page for me, so I turn it by my own volition. Continue the first... Oh, she did move her eyes. See, look at that. I'm so smart and cool. Into the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kinda reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. They're kinda reminiscent of... What am I playing, bro? I'm just on a little date. I'm on a little reading date. This is the whole game. Oh, it's over. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Cletus... Cletus, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common. Whoops. With her. Well, it's so embarrassing that you think that, Cletus. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about this sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Oh, finally. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Might have enough room, might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales spared from finishing your thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. Guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first chapters in your own time. Alright. Oh my gosh. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left the book and slip back into my bag. Did you remember to write a poem last night? I sure did. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I did something to do something. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Siri and Monica enthusiastically pull out the poems. Siri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Sayori, childhood friend. Natsuki is the little one. Monica, club president. Yuri is purple hair. Yuri seems most experienced. Oh, I guess we go to everyone, I guess. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. Hey there, how's it going? Zero reads upon my notice, her eyes lighten. Exceptional! Eh, what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri's first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. Really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. He traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic of the matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, it's